I got people joining. Now, since I don't recognize a lot of these names before I actually get into character, this is an acting and role-playing live stream. So I'm going to be playing a fictional character named Claire Donovan, who is a vampire, and is a progeny of Jack Townsend. So that's for the new people who are joining whose names I don't recognize. This is acting and role-playing. So it involves fictional characters. All right? Just want to make sure people know that. I'm just kind of waiting to see if any of my friends from the Fang Fam join and want to go live together before I get fully into character. I saw Elle. Hi, Elle. No one else from the Fang Fam has arrived yet, it seems like. Oh, hi, Abby. So hi to everyone that's coming in. My name is Claire Donovan. It used to be known as Vampire Fangirl. I was under a curse from the age of 9 to the age of 45 that made everybody forget my real name, including me, except for the ones that cursed me. And I am now a progeny of Jack Townsend. Just so you know. Yay, a rose! More roses! So yes, I am one of Jack Townsend's degenerates. More roses, more roses, more roses, more roses. That makes me a happy vampire because I love roses. Oh my goodness, so many roses and all from Conrad. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you. I'm just kind of waiting to see if any more of the degenerates pop in and see if they want to go live with me. Because, you know, it's kind of hard to have a conversation by yourself. But if anybody wants to ask me a question, I know I'm kind of talking baby talk. I mean, but you know, I am a baby vamp because I haven't even been a vampire for a full year yet. Baby vamp, do 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 do. Baby vamp, do 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 do. Baby vamp, do 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 do. Baby vamp. Sire vamp, do 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 do. Sire vamp, do 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 do. Sire vamp, do 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 do. Sire vamp. That's much better than Baby Shark, right? Yes, I might be a little bit chaotic. Got lots of people I don't recognize joining. Hi, people I don't recognize. I'm waiting for some of my friends to join, so maybe they'll go live with me. Because okay. In the meantime, you guys want to see something cute I was given? You're never too old. You're never too old for stuffies. You're never too old for stuffies. Isn't he cute? He's huge. He's a huge bear. Look at him. Haven't you always wanted to see a vampire cuddling with a giant teddy bear? I might be a little immature, but you're never too old for stuffies. I'm finally seeing some names I recognize. Hi, names I recognize. This is Say hi. Hi, Bear. Bear with no name. The bear doesn't have a name yet. I've been on a live stream with the bear with no name. And outside there's a whole lot of rain. I'm just... Apparently I'm supposed to swipe right to view more comments. I don't know why. Swipe left to close. Okay. But nobody's really commenting. Doesn't anybody want to like ask me a question or something? Certainly somebody wants to ask me a question. Questions. Don't just... Are comments even getting through? Because I'm going to test. Because it seems weird that everybody's joining. Okay. Could somebody type some sort of comment just to see if they're getting through? Pretty please? Somebody type a comment just to see if they're getting through. Because my comment got through. But I don't see any comments from anybody else. Is anybody... Gee... I don't understand what's going on. I know I kind of got a new setup with the lives where it'll filter comments and stuff. But I didn't say to filter comments. Oh. Okay. Maybe that'll fix it. Apparently it was subscription only. So could somebody try to comment now and see if the comment will go through? Because I just had somebody subscribe. Wow. Yay! Comments are finally coming through. Oh, that's pretty. That was pretty. I like that. Yeah, I'm sorry that the comments seem to have been turned off for some reason. I only got notified recently that I could have subscribers to my live. And I have no idea what that's about, but I set it up anyway. But anyway. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, Elle. I don't know what the heck happened. But the comments are working now, so somebody asked me a question. So while I wait for like somebody who wants to join in on the live stream. This is my giant teddy with no name. Hi, Inkspot. Nice to meet you too. Yeah. Yes, my bear is very cute. My bear is cute. And my bear is huge. And just because I'm 46 and I'm a vampire doesn't mean I can't love stuffed animals. Right? Right, bear? Right. I'm glad people can comment now. Oh, yay! Yeah. Isn't he cute? Your daughter has good taste. No, I haven't figured out who gave me the bear yet. I have been all over Townsend Manor, and nobody's confessed to giving me the bear. I'm just walking around the manor with my giant bear, and asking people, hey, are you the one who put him on my bed? Are you? No. Nobody's told me yet. I mean, as long as it's, somebody I like and not like Vadrin. I don't want the bear to be from Vadrin, because then I'd have to give him up because I don't like my older brother. He's a meanie scallopini. So maybe Roman, maybe Vlad the bear. Just to keep on the vampire theme. Well, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Inkspot. Everybody tell Inkspot happy birthday, because they're going to be 46 in 6 days. So it's almost their birthday. A fantastic name. Yeah. So, but does anybody from the Fang Fam want to join the live stream? Do any one of my fellow degenerates want to be a guest with me? Because I can't just sit here and talk by myself. All by myself. Don't want to live stream all by myself anymore. We gotta get you where you can go live, Elle. Yes, I can sing. I wish Karma at least could be here, but Karma's busy. You know. Yeah, I know. We gotta get some of you up to enough followers so you can go live streaming with me. Best cover ever. Oh, thank you, White Pearl. That means a lot, because for a lot of my life, the majority of society have told me that I'm not very attractive because I'm fat. So it means a lot when people tell me I'm pretty, even though sometimes I don't believe them because, you know, self-esteem issues. But, yeah. So many people are liking the live. I like that. Hello, don't eat the brownies. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah. I don't know if my sire has time to even watch the live, because he's a very busy vampire. He's an extremely busy vampire. It would be nice if he could join, you know. I actually haven't had my sire in a live. My very first live, Aiden joined. I was still mortal then, and so he was threatening to be my sire when I did not want him for my sire, because you know, he's mean. And then my birthday live, Nadea was here. I love Nadea. Favorite series of books? Oh, I have a lot of favorite series. I have a lot of favorite series of books. I like Sherlock Holmes, right? And I like Fred Saberhagen's The Dracula Files, or the Dracula Tapes, depending on how it goes. Hold on. There's somebody being mean. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you're going to say mean comments, you're not allowed here. Okay. So if you're going to say mean comments, you're going to go bye-bye. Yeah, I accidentally broke Nadea by mentioning a certain book and having him remember memories from when he was trapped in Jack's body. Yes, I've read Piers Anthony. I have to say, having read that and his Xanth books and his book Firefly, he has very questionable morality when it comes to children. And there was another one where it was, I think Piers Anthony might be into children in the wrong way. Let's just put it that way. And I no longer like his books. Yes, I know he's... Oh, my God. Nadea and that book. I wish he, instead of reading it, wanted to practice some of it with me. No, no, I have not read the Suki Stackhouse series. I've been kind of busy, you know. Yeah, been kind of busy. Oh, thank you. I love my shirt too. It's actually considered a men's shirt, but as far as I'm concerned, darling, this kind of shirt can be any gender it wants to be. But I like it because ruffles! You know, it's got I need more ruffly shirts. I need more ruffly shirts. Anything, well, you know, Rasputin, the giant vampire bat, has been especially grumpy because people keep trying to feed him fruit, and he is not a fruit bat. He is a giant vampire bat. So he needs blood and sometimes the occasional corpse. You know, so don't feed Rasputin fruit. He's a vampire bat, not a fruit bat. Just because he's the size of about 2 or 3 bison doesn't make him a fruit bat. He's still a vampire bat. He's Rasputin, the giant vampire bat. You know, he likes it when I sing to him. He especially seems to like Disney songs. I don't know why. But never sing him anything from the movie Anastasia, because then he gets extremely grumpy. He doesn't like anything from... No. I don't know why. He's quite fond of that that disco song, though. You know, the one that goes, "Rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat who..." Yeah. He likes that one. You know, he kind of dances to it. You know, as much as a vampire bat can dance. Oh, yeah. Don't compare him to Bartok either. And you know, I don't know. I was never fond of the movie Anastasia myself, but that's because I could not suspend my disbelief enough to think that she could possibly be alive. Yeah. Al, what have you been doing to Rasputin? What have you been doing to Rasputin? The poor giant vampire bat. Well, apparently everybody else can hear me. So have you checked your volume? You know, or maybe sometimes my Bluetooth is connected to my, well, not my Bluetooth, but my earbuds, my Bluetooth earbuds will be connected to my phone, even though they were supposed to be disconnected. I have to get back down into the dungeon and do more shadow work talking to Aiden while he sleeps. I've come to the conclusion he can't hear me, though. I really have. I've come to the conclusion that he can't actually hear me in the dream world, which is probably a good thing. Okay, your app has an update. That's probably it. Yeah. So, well, so far, nobody from the degenerates has come in that can actually live stream. I need, let's see. I wonder if there's anybody on right now that I could share this with. Hi, Angelica. Hi, Angelica. You know, ooh, my sister Victoria is currently active. Maybe I can get her in. I don't know. We'll see. Hello. Welcome to my live. Okay, so quick out of character for anybody new that's joined that doesn't know what's going on. This is an acting and roleplay live stream. I am playing a fictional character. Okay, her name is Claire Donovan. She's a vampire. She's a progeny of Jack Townsend, who you can find on TikTok under the username The Vampire Jack Townsend. Okay, all right. So back in character. So somebody asked me a question. There's got to be questions that you can ask a vampire. So, no, it's ask a vampire time. Don't mind me if I talk baby talk, because sometimes I do that. Can you see my earrings? Oh, they're bats. They're bats. I've had them for a very long time. A vampire made them for me because, for those who don't know, when I was 16, I had to be rescued by vampires who adopted me. And I spent the next 29 years bouncing from vampire court to vampire court to vampire court until I ended up in Townsend Manor. Yeah. So Jack is located in Draconis, which is accessible through a portal, basically. That's where Townsend Manor is. We do have access to the regular world. We can use cell phones and play Pokemon Go and everything. It's just that, we can pass in and out of the portal. I do not recommend coming here if you are pure mortal. We've got one special case. That's Annie, who's in a weird way my stepmother, because Jack's my sire and Jack and Annie are together. But she kind of has to be protected because we've got these monsters here that are called the Darklings, and they can only take over the bodies of pure mortals. That's why, even though I was mortal when I entered Draconis and ended up at Townsend Manor, they could not take me over because I'm a descendant of Constance Maynard, who is a vampire herself. She's my 9 times great-grandmother. And yes, vampires actually can have children with mortals. The children that they have are called Dompiers, half vampire, half mortal. And they're basically natural-born vampire hunters. And I am descended from Constance through her one of her Dompier children. It's a very sad tale. Her vampire hunter lover, Fergal Murphy, ran off with the babies as soon as he had to perform a crude C-section on her, and then he set the room on fire. It was all a plot, just so he could have Dompier children. And I'm descended from her son. So I already had vampire blood in me from birth, just a very minute amount, but that meant I was protected from the Darklings because I'm not 100% mortal. Yeah. I'm not 100% mortal, or wasn't 100% mortal at the time. So the Darklings could not take me over. Now, okay, so Eliza was 100% mortal. Eliza is not a descendant of Constance. She is a descendant of Constance's half-brother, Godwin Maynard, who was born about a year after Constance was turned into a vampire. So Eliza was 100% mortal. She had a bloodline curse on her from the Fae because of something Godwin did to the lands hundreds of years ago. He poisoned the lands, and they're still poisoned to this day. Just people don't know it. And the Fae cursed him and all of his firstborn descendants. But she was still 100% mortal despite having that bloodline curse from the Fae on her. So when she decided to sacrifice herself to buy us some time, the Darklings could take her over. And unfortunately, what happens, from what I can tell, because Jack and I have not sat down and talked about the Darklings that much yet, Eliza doesn't exist anymore. Her soul seems to be completely destroyed, so there is no getting her back. Okay. So, hey Claire, do you have any information about Jack? More specifically, what he, and then it cuts off there. So if Oh, demons have entered the domain. The, I don't know the demon who did it, but a demon attacked our masquerade ball. I only know that it was a demon because I could smell sulfur and brimstone. I never met the demon who did it, you know. So, but demons can enter the domain. We would prefer that they didn't attack us, though. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's like, yeah, that's what happened, unknown user. We were having a masquerade ball. I was outside having a panic attack because somebody played That's Amore, which I have very bad memories associated with that song. I don't want to get into a big, long... I'm sorry, I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye, and I don't know if it's like an eyelash or an eyebrow hair, but it's kind of driving me bonkers. But yeah, we were having a masquerade ball, and that's when I found out about my big brother, Vadrin, who has aligned himself with the Darklings. It would have been nice of Jack to tell us progeny that he had a progeny before us, you know? But also a demon attacked the, and I don't know why. I mean, I love my sire, but he can be very secretive. I gotta figure out what it is that's hanging in the corner of my eye. Hold on. It's driving me up the wall that I can see something hanging right here. Oh, my teddy bear fell down. Teddy bear, you're to be the host for now. Don't fall. Stay. I mean, he's a very quiet host, but he's a host. What is hanging in my eye? What is it? What is it? Okay, now that I'm looking in the mirror, I can't see squat. Sorry. Yes, vampires cough sometimes. Hi, I'm back. I still see something hanging out of the corner of my eye, but I couldn't find it. Oh. Well, I mean, to be fair, Elle, it's kind of Jack's place to tell me the fact that I have an older brother. You know, sorry, I'm just going to keep like rubbing at my eye until I figure out what it is that's hanging in my eye. Because it's just that it's so distracting. And it's not my ordinary hair, because even if I put it all the way back so it doesn't hang, I still see it. You know, but let's be fair, Elle. One of the things is, had Jack told me back when I was mortal that his basically brother, Aiden, was trapped in his body and was evil and likes to anybody Jack cares about, I wouldn't have fallen for him. Okay? Jack should have told me about Aiden back when I was mortal. But he's Mr. Secretive. You know, I mean, I can probably kind of understand it's probably kind of embarrassing to admit that your evil brother soul is possessing your body and sometimes takes over. But all the same, for my own protection, he should have told me. You know, I mean, the most he told me when he found out that Aiden was sniffing around me was just stay away from him. You know, and then not long after, Aiden showed his true colors and started messing with my dreams, then tried to abduct me, and then later on stole the letter that had my real name in it and fed on me without my consent. Yeah, that's just very fun. Not, you know, but I have forgiven Aiden for everything he's done to me, because I saw how absolutely despondent he looked at his trial. I think he finally realized that Alexander Lamont was never in love with him. You know. Any underrated vampire media you think more people should know about? I actually think more people should actually study vampire folklore and stop relying so much on Hollywood. Because Hollywood gets a lot wrong. But I will say, it's cheesy. It's kind of a weird concept, but I actually enjoy Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, both the novel and the movie, even though the movie is very different from the book. Have I found the culprit? Who's put the bear on my bed? No! No one's confessed. No one's confessed. I have to check my connection here, because even though I have my phone on the charge is going down. Come here, charger. Come here. Be a good charger. Actually charge my phone. You know, because I want this live stream to last for hours if I can. What is my favorite vampire series? Castlevania! I love Castlevania on Netflix. I really do. I like Castlevania a whole lot on Netflix. Because even though it's something else that goes off the rails, folklore-wise, it's still fun. And I remember playing the original game. What is my opinion on Dark World? Haven't seen it. Don't know what it is. Yeah. Despite what people think, I haven't indulged in all types of vampire media. Like, I've avoided that one director Uwe Boll. I have not seen any of his movies. He seems kind of like a Tommy Wiseau type. And you know, as fun as Tommy can be as a person, I personally don't like The Room. I know everybody says it's a cult classic, but no. I tried to read Twilight, but I could not get past the first page. And then later on, I studied it and found that Edward Cullen, Edward Cullen, that's his name, right? Yeah. His behavior towards Bella hits all 15 warning signs of domestic abuse. So it's not a romance tale at all. You know. Yeah. Apparently Uwe Boll movies are EU. You know, stinkers. You know. Favorite thing about Nadea? What's there not to love about Nadea? He's got those beautiful blue eyes, and he's so sweet, and he put his life on the line to save me from Aiden. I mean, yes, Aiden nearly took him from this world, but he tried. And I can still hear him, you know, saying to me that he'll never let anyone hurt me. You know, I mean, sure, he couldn't keep that promise, but still, he tried. You know, yeah, Nadea he's just, everything about Nadea is wonderful. I just wish he loved me back. I mean, I don't know. Never consumed either the originals or Vampire Diaries. I've seen quite a few Hammer Draculas when I was a kid. And I've read things like, I read P.N. Elrod, right? And I read most of Anne Rice's books. I haven't read, like, the ones that she wrote. Like, I haven't read the one about Lestat in Atlantis or anything like that. Yes, I know. I go beet red. I go beet red when people mention Nadea. He's my knight in blue armor. I love him so much. He's so wonderful. Everything about Nadea is so wonderful. I just want to, sometimes I just want to sit with him and stroke his hair. You know, I don't know if Jack has gotten himself in trouble with like vampire hunters or anything. He mostly seems to get into love trouble. You know? I suppose that's probably going to be my future once I start taking mortal lovers. Because I'm going to have to think about that at some point. You know. But yeah. Yeah, Nadea is awesome. Nadea. I love you, Nadea. Second favorite supernatural being. Okay. So. Well, I'm not so sure about ghosts. Because did you know that ghosts can sneeze? One of the ghosts here sneezed on one of my jackets. And I can't get the ectoplasm out. So I'm kind of miffed at ghosts right now. I think I finally found, it was an eyebrow hair that was hanging in my eye because it just came off. Werewolves, you know, I know some people find them hot. I personally can't see the appeal. I mean, there's a chance that during a full moon they'll eat you and not in the fun way. A Dracula Marilyn Monroe? Me? I wanna be bit by you, and nobody else but you. I wanna be bit by you alone. Boop, boop, be-doop, boop. Yeah, I need a poltergeist dry cleaner. Now, well, I'm quite fond of gargoyles like Elle and Alabaster, the stone-formed legion that help protect the manor, because they're fun, for one thing, and Alabaster is just so adorable. It hurts. It's like, you must protect the precious being that is Alabaster. And also, one of the powers, you know, it's not one of Jack's powers, but because I'm a descendant of Constance, I can read minds. And because I'm new to this, sometimes I can't control it. And if I go amongst the Stone Form Legion, it's the one place where I can have quiet in my head because I cannot read their minds at all. It's nice. It's kind of like going into a mental sensory deprivation tank, you know, in a way. I've got something else hanging in my eye now. Yeah, everybody loves Alabaster. Alabaster is a cutie. Hey, I wonder. I mean, Alabaster is, no, it kind of doesn't quite grasp the concept of gifts. But what if Alabaster's the one who gave me the bear? I have to go amongst the Stone Form Legion with the bear and see if they gave it to me. My opinion of sirens and witches. Okay, so, witches can be good or evil, like anybody. They're human. They have free will. There's good witches and there's bad witches. And there's morally gray witches. You know, it just depends on the individual witch. Sirens, I think one of the things that kind of... Sirens themselves, I actually don't know that well. I've met mermaids, but despite what people say, with the exception of like certain ones around Haiti, mermaids are not sirens. The traditional siren comes from Greek, and I have not met one of them, or I should say comes from Greece. And those sirens are half woman, half bird. I mean, even if you look at like old Greek artwork and stuff, you'll see they're half woman, half bird. I've never met one. Constance, however, she told me that when she was a pirate, because she was a pirate trying to fight against the transatlantic slave trade back in the 1700s, one of their crewmates was a siren who manned the crow's nest during the day. So, yeah. So, who are you irking? Who are you irking, Bijou? You know, yeah, but you know, it's kind of hard because I haven't met a traditional Greek siren. You know, Constance has nice things to say about at least the one she worked with. So, oh yeah. What am I gonna do with you, Bijou? You know, what am I gonna do with Bijou? How do you solve a problem like Bijou? How do you catch a siren and pin her down? I'm a bit silly, aren't I? Imagine if Constance was hosting this live. She'd just be like, what exactly do you think you're doing? Love me, hug me, say that you annoy me. Oh, out of character here. My fang came off. Okay, back in character. The vampire lost her fang. I need some of the Fang Fam, some of the Fang Fam that have a higher follower count, so they could join me in my live. Somebody go to the Discord and remind them that I'm live. Roses! Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love singing so much. Oh, I'm getting love. I'm getting Rose favorite Disney song. Okay, well, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite. Because my top 3 favorite Disney animated features are Sleeping Beauty, Mulan, and The Princess and the Frog. I would say for just singing purposes, probably Once Upon a Dream is my favorite. But I really, really, really love Reflection because from Mulan, because let's face it, we've all had that feeling of when are people going to see what's actually inside. When is the mirror going to show our true self? Now someday my prince will come is from Snow White, I think. And Princess and the Frog. I like Dr. Felicier's song the best, Friends on the Other Side. Because it's just a fun song. It's just a fun song. So, sit down at my table. I can't do that one. Almost There is a good song, but sometimes you just want a song that's fun, Sometimes you just want a song that's fun. And it's got, I've seen Sweeney Todd exactly once, so I can't remember the song that well. I would have to go on YouTube and listen to it a few times. Excuse me. Sorry, I just recently had myself a bag of blood and I drank it a little too fast. Yes, vampires can burp. Yeah. Vampires. Trying to remember. I suddenly can't remember where Someday My Prince Will Come is from. I think it's because I've been singing Disney tunes to Rasputin. He's quite fond of the one from Snow White that goes, I'm wishing for the one I love to find me today. Yeah. Okay, yeah, people are confirming. That's from Snow White. A dream is a wish your heart makes is also a good one. And When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio is a good one. But Oh gosh. I would love to have a movie night with Nadea. I would love there's so many movies I love that I would love to share with him, you know? The problem is Constance. Constance is a huge nerd. You know, she recently turned 615. Her birthday was March 10th. 615. This woman, this vampire, was part of the letter writing campaign to save Star Trek. She helped get Star Trek a third season. She cosplayed at the very first ever Star Trek convention. She finally told me she cosplayed a Klingon because of the fangs, you know. If I tried to have a movie night with Nadea, I guarantee you Constance is just going to butt in and say, we're watching Star Trek. You children need to watch Star Trek with me. All right? Yes. We're watching all the Star Trek movies. And then maybe we'll get into Star Wars after that. Yes, we simply must watch Labyrinth. Yeah, she has a thing for David Bowie. I got so many 38 roses! Yay! Favorite Marvel character? If we're talking about the comic books and not the movies, Gambit, Remy LeBeau, bar none. But if we're talking about the movies rather than the comic books, it's kind of hard to choose. I mean, I rather like the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. I don't like the first two Hulks that much. I don't think they did as good of a job as him. Tom Hiddleston as Loki is fun, you know. But no, comic books definitely Gambit is number one. I actually do enjoy Blade a lot. Now there's one. Okay, this is one thing that irks me about the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Falcon, in the comic books, he actually has superpowers of his own in that he can talk to the birds, and he can command the birds. His title in the comic books is literally King of the Birds, because basically Red Skull captured him at one point and experimented on him with the Tesseract, and it gave him the ability to talk to the birds. Red Wing is supposed to be an actual falcon, not a drone. And I can't stand that in the movies they took away Sam Wilson's powers. Okay? Imagine if they had kept those powers. We could have had a scene in Endgame. Where Falcon leads an army of cassowaries, emus, ostriches, plus Canadian geese. Because we got geese in there somewhere. In fact, all the geese. Okay? Imagine Thanos just standing there as a whole flock of all these different types of birds come after him. Remember, Australia lost a war to emus. Thanos wouldn't have stood a chance. Yes, Godric Griffin Goose leading the charge. That doggone goose. I sometimes I'm not sure he was always actually a goose. Sometimes I think he's like actually some sort of shapeshifter that's stuck in goose form. You know? Yeah. Australia lost 2 wars to emus? 2? I only knew about the one. You know? 2 wars to emu. I mean, honestly, of course, if I was in charge of the Marvel movies, I would have introduced the concept of the multiverse long before the last Spider-Man movie. And I would have done it differently. I You know, as soon as they bought Fox, I would have started a whole thing in which Madam Web, in which I would have cast Jamie Lee Curtis, because I think Jamie Lee Curtis would be an excellent Madam Web. Madam Web comes to Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and says, hey, here's the thing. Your universe is split into multiple pieces, and it's crumbling. There's supposed to be a spider totem in every single universe. And your personal universe has been accidentally split, so there's 3 other universes that are supposed to be merged with yours, and this would be the X-Men universe, the Blade universe, and the Fantastic Four universe. And they don't have spider totems. We need to merge these universes together. Now, unfortunately, this is going to cause some changes to history. There's going to be some people that come out of this looking completely differently. Because that way you can recast some roles if you have to. There's going to be a completely different history to your world and everything. And basically the idea would be just to do this whole thing in which you got the bad guys that are trying to keep the universes separate, because if they can keep them separate, the universes will crumble and cease to exist. If we can join all those universes together, because they don't have their spider totems, so they're fragments of the main universe. And then we could mix in, then we could have had Blade, we could have had the X-Men and everything. And then, because of that, we could have brought in Squirrel Girl. And it is canon in Marvel that Squirrel Girl is the strongest person in the entire Marvel universe. It is canon that she has beaten both Galactus and Thanos single-handedly. And we could have just had Squirrel Girl hand Thanos his purple butt. You know? Did you love how earlier I was talking about what a nerd Constance is, and now I'm talking about how I would have done the Marvel Cinematic Universe as soon as Disney bought Fox? I think I'm a nerd too. And one of the reasons why I mentioned that this would change the history in those universes. So in the Marvel comic books, Blade was actually born in 1922 in Soho, London. That's right. Blade is actually quite old. He's not as young as he is in the movies. The good thing about the one thing about this, and I'm sorry Marvel has not done this, it is also canon in the Marvel Universe that during World War II, Captain America fought vampires that were working for the Third Reich. Yeah. They were the, the four-letter word that begins with the letter N, vampires. So we could have a Marvel story in which a teenage Blade, because if we keep him born in 1922, then he's a teenager for part of World War II. We could have a teenage Blade joining forces with the Howling Commandos to fight vampires that are working for the bad guys. Why haven't we gotten that, Marvel? Why haven't we gotten that? I want Teenage Blade fighting alongside Captain America. Captain America's armor is actually vampire bite proof. This is canon in the comics. Vampires try to bite through that armor. They can't. They break their teeth. Okay? So why? Why is there no Marvel story about a teenage Blade during World War II fighting alongside Captain America and the Howling Commandos? Why? 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 Gonna buy all the comics? That's gonna be an awful lot of money. Excuse me. I just made myself thirsty. I need to get a sip of something and wet my whistle. Godric Griffin Goose, behave yourself. Don't make me tell Constance that you've been misbehaving. Ow! Godric Griffin, you go back to the armory and hang out with Dal. Excuse me. I just got pecked in the eye by an enchanted goose. Good thing I'm a vampire, so I heal fast. I'm a baby vamp. I haven't been a vampire for a year, and I'm not in charge. My sire Jack Townsend is, so you have to talk to him. Okay, so you can find him on here under the name the Vampire Jack Townsend. I'm not in charge, and I don't have an empire because I'm a baby vamp. It's kind of a weird situation, though, because Jack's only been a vampire for about 12, 13 years, and he's like, I think 35, and I'm actually 46. So he's younger than me in human years. He's been a vampire much longer than me, and he's my sire. So in a weird way, he's like my vampire father. So, yes, I've seen The Nanny. I can't fit in the clothes that Fran Fine wears, so for me, she's not a fashion icon, simply because I can't wear that stuff. It's too small for me. You know, I need a plus size fashion icon. Yeah, yeah. Back to Jack. You know, it's just, but here's the thing. I've been raised by vampires since I was 16. I have lived in vampire courts all over the world. I have had many vampire lovers while I was mortal. Sometimes I think I know more about being a vampire than he does. He might be more in control of his powers, but sometimes I think I have more knowledge than him simply from living in it longer. You know? Al, you know Jack is your boss, right? You know Jack is your boss. You work for Jack. I don't think sticking a flag on the top of the manor means that it belongs to you. You know, but yes, but sandcastles get washed out with the good wave. However, I do have a suggestion. Let's redesign the flag. Can we redesign the flag that you put up there and make it really, really huge and make it just Vadran's disembodied, head, you know, complete with like blood rushing out and everything from the severed end of his neck on a spike on the flag. Let's just do that on the flag and make it really huge so Vadran and the Darklings can see it from miles off. What do you say? What do you say? We get a gigantic, huge flag that takes up like half the roof of the manor. That's how big I want it. That's just of Vadran's head on a spike. Well, I'm sure we could find somebody who could paint it or print it or even embroider it. Yeah, let's get Creek to do it. Where's Creek? Where's Creek when we need her? I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good, despite the fact, you know, we got the threat from the Darklings and Vadran and all that jazz, and Jack being Mr. Secretive. But some nice person, some nice anonymous person, at least I hope it wasn't a nice anonymous person, not Vadran sneaking in the manor trying to show that he can come in anytime he wants. Somebody left me this gigantic teddy bear, and nobody in the manor will confess to doing it. I would like it for it to be Nadea, but I don't think so because he's so obsessed with a certain book right now. It also would be nice if it was Annie because, you know, in a weird way, she's my stepmom. And this could be a great gift from a stepmom to her stepdaughter. Um, or it could have been Karma. Or it could have been Jack. I mean, you know, we don't know who left him. But isn't he cute? I just love him so much. He's my giant bear. Oh, my giant bear. We love the giant bear. Yeah. You're never too old or too undead for stuffies.
Hello, I'm Mr. Bear. We don't know where I came from. I am a huge mystery, and also a huge bear. Roar! But don't worry, my paws are soft and I do not have claws.
Well, I don't think stuffed animals so much are so much roaming the veil, except for that one time that I accidentally brought some to life. So much as somebody just decided to get me a giant teddy bear because he was on my bed waiting for me. I mean, would I have preferred it to be Nadea waiting for me? Yes, but still, this is good too. This is good too. Is my bear. I think I will name him Vlad. Yes. Meet Vlad Berkula. Vlad Berkula. Yes. Kira. Remember my history when it comes to hugging people intimately, as Nadea would put it, is wide and varied. I mean, I am both pan and poly. I look so sweet and innocent, don't I? But in private, I can be quite the little tempting devil. Just ask Karma. Isn't this unbearably cute? Oh my god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see some comments in this live were filtered to protect community experience. Yeah, that's not good. If you're going to say nasty things, so it actually filters you, despite the fact that this is supposed to be an 18 plus live, please leave. Thank you. How am I? How am I? I am hyper. I am a hyperactive vampire tonight. I have many questions about the teddy bear too. I don't know where he came from. I don't know who in Townsend Manor gave me this teddy bear. I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been Elle or somebody else from the Stoneform Legion. It could have been one of the ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts in Townsend Manor. There's more ghosts than you can count around here. No, it could not be Aiden, because Aiden is asleep. He's in the dream world, and he can't wake up until until he completes something. I don't know exactly what, but it might be centuries before Aiden wakes up. Did I drink? Did I drink all? No, I'm just hyper. I'm just hyper because because I'm with people and I got a giant teddy bear on my head. And who wouldn't be hyper with a giant teddy bear on their head? Yes, you can give stuffed animals as gifts. Don't give people live animals as gifts because people need to pick out their own pets, okay? But stuffed animals are fine. They're toys. They're toys. Elle, I got an idea. We got to find somebody who's good enough at magic to put a glamour on you so you look human, okay? So it hides your wings and everything. Maybe even makes your wings intangible so they don't knock stuff out over. And once we can disguise you as a human being, I'll take you to Build-A-Bear Workshop. And you can make your own stuffed animal, okay? Yeah. What do you think about that, Elle? We'll disguise. Yeah. I see you like this idea. Yes, we will take you to Build-A-Bear Workshop, and we will get the gargoyle her very first stuffed animal. All we need to do is we've got to find somebody who can put a glamour on you to make you look completely human, so people don't realize that gargoyles are living beings. Okay. Could I enchant the bear into life? The last time I enchanted stuffed animals to life, they became real. I was able to turn almost all of them back into stuffed animals eventually. I kept the unicorn until Meek kidnapped him. Yeah. Or was it? I don't. Meek kidnapped and took the unicorn to another realm. But here's the thing. If I bring this to life, it might turn into a real bear. Okay? Because when Aiden was attacking the manor and I brought all those animals to life, we had actual eldritch beings. Elder gods. I brought an elder god plushie to life. Not a good idea. Even though they were fighting for us, still not a good idea. Yeah. So, what can I say? I got 8,001 likes. That's cool. A stuffed hedgehog. Please don't tell me his name is Sonic, because that name is kind of overused. So I got over 8,000 likes. And okay, Hubert. Hubert's a good name for a hedgehog. Hubert the Hedgehog! Yeah. Oh, now I'm getting a whole bunch more likes. Yay, likes. Likes. People are liking my live. Humphrey works too. Yeah. Ooh, my neck just cracked. That's both fun and not fun at the same time. I've never seen Newsies. I suppose one day I'm actually going to have to correct that. But no, I've never seen Newsies. Most of the live action Disney movies I've seen are the really old ones. Like The $1 Million Duck. And the original That Darn Cat. And the original Parent Trap. There's one from the 1980s called Condor Man. It stars Michael Crawford. He plays an American comic book artist who helps a Russian spy defect from Russia. It's a very strange Disney movie. And I watched it solely for Michael Crawford. I will admit it. Yes, I love The $1 Million Duck too. And I'm glad that they have not remade that one, because I don't think that they could ever capture the magic again. You know, and the original, the Shaggy Dog, where the guy turns into a dog. You know. No, I don't want to bite you. And right now, I haven't learned how to feed without actually taking a life, and therefore I do what Constance does, and I only eat evil people. I only eat people who do things like unalive people, especially those who unalive lots of people, or people who drop things into people's drinks so they can do bad things to them. So those are the only kind of people I bite right now. I haven't seen Jekyll and Hyde either. I was busy when she was showing me that, or showing you guys that. So I only eat junk food. Yeah. Look, I view it the way Constance does, making the world a better place one meal at a time, because the world could use a few fewer people who like to hurt kids. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I gotta go out of character here for a moment for a question from XOXO Mittens. This is a roleplay acting live stream. I am playing a fictional character. Her name is Claire Donovan. She is a vampire. She is a progeny of Jack Townsend. You can find him under the vampire Jack Townsend here on TikTok. So, now he is a real living vampire, and he talks about it. But me, I'm just playing a character. Back in character now. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Elle, for blocking that person, because I was just about to do it, because that was nasty. Yes, we don't ask questions like that. Yeah. It's okay, Bijou. The Stoneform Legion took care of them and blocked them. Yay! Stoneform Legion! Stoneform Legion! Stoneform Legion rocks! Yeah! Stoneform Legion! You shouldn't have any remorse, Elle, because that was totally radical, dude. Like, totally. Yeah. Yeah. So how long does it usually take to style my hair? So what I usually do is I wash it and I put it in curlers and then put it under a hairdryer for about an hour or two, depending on how long my hair is, because the longer it is, the longer it takes to dry. And then I take the curlers out and I brush it. And then at night, I'll put sponge rollers in to keep it curly. And I have to do that every 2 to 3 days. So, the 5th Ninja Turtle. turtles are all named after famous artists. Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and I forget. I was actually more into street sharks as a kid because they're jawsome. Raphael, thank you. I couldn't remember. So I don't know any famous artists named Claire Donovan. Gargoyles. Oh, Gargoyles was so good. Of course, it's cool now because I live in Townsend Manor and I know real, actual, living gargoyles. And it's even cooler to know real, living, actual gargoyles than it is to watch cartoon ones. That said, I was always quite fond of Brooklyn. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, people bring Goliath over. Oh God, everybody has a thing for Goliath. No, I don't know. I just found Brooklyn kind of cuter. Of course, I will admit, my favorite character on that show was Puck. And that's simply because Brent Spiner was the voice. And at one time, I did have a crush on Lieutenant Commander Data. Don't tell Constance I like Star Trek. She doesn't know. If she ever finds out that I like Star Trek, the gargoyle. Well, okay, I guess I have to learn how to make gargoyles then. I mean, if I can bring stuffed animals to life, then maybe I can find a gargoyle statue that I can bring to life of a puppy for you, Elle. But I can't promise anything. Okay? What's my favorite doll? We don't have a lot of dolls around here. We mostly have stuffies. This is my current favorite stuffy, but let me show you a couple of my other stuffies. So this is a stuffed dog. This is Rufus. One time when I was still mortal, and Jack was in a meeting with King Declan and Elias, he stole it and he hid it in the meeting, and I had to interrupt the meeting to get him back. Because my sire likes to play practical jokes sometimes. And then there's this little bear. You found a puppy in the woods and Karma's letting him keep him in the... Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to talk to Karma. So anyway, this little bear, I've decided that I'm going to call him Silas. I hadn't named him until like recently. Because for those who don't know, Silas Cole was a Nosferatu. And unfortunately, Aiden sent him to his true death. Now, I won't say that I trusted Silas entirely, because the first time I met him, he had broken into my room, and he was wearing Jack's clothes, and he was reading my private journal. And that's actually the first time I've actually sat and talked to a Nosferatu before. I've seen them at Vampire Courts, but I never got to talk to them before. And what I did is I made a deal with Silas that I would let him drink some of my blood in exchange for giving me Jack's clothes back. So yeah, that worked out, because that was like right after Aiden attacked me and fed on me without my consent. And let me tell you, being bitten by Silas, a lot more pleasurable than being bitten by Aiden. Okay, but then I continued to find Silas in my room. I continued to find, and he would sometimes have my teddy bear while he was reading my journal. I don't know why, but I would find him with my teddy bear while and for a long time, the teddy bear smelled like Silas, and so I loaned him to Vivian after Silas died, because it had his scent on it, but eventually she gave him back, and now he smells more like Vivian than like Silas, but I'm going to call him Silas from now on. And so those are some of my stuffies. Those are just the ones in my room. There's some I've stored in other places around the manor. Yes. But even though I didn't trust Silas, I have to owe Silas a lot. Because, see, for those of you who don't know, I think most of you know, but when I was 9 years old, I was given this necklace by a vampire named Vincent. He said it was a tracking device. He said it with a letter saying it was a tracking device. But it actually a curse had been put on it by a person who turned out to be my cousin, Celeste Murphy. She was a blood sorceress, and it stole my name and made everyone call me Vampire Fangirl. And Vincent finally relented after all those years, because only Vincent and Celeste knew my real name. And he sent me a letter with my real name in it. Aiden intercepted that letter, and he sent the fledgling from the Toronto court to their true death. And he took the letter, and it was not long after that he came to mock me about it, that he knew my true name, and that he had the letter that had my true name. And then he attacked me, and he fed on me without my consent. That's when Nadea came and tried to save me from Aiden, because the gods only know what Aiden would have done had Nadea not shown up, because Aiden had already tried to abduct me once. I could have just ended up being his personal juice box, had Nadea not shown up. Anyway, I hired Silas. I traded some of Constance's blood, because she's a much older vampire than Silas was, and she could walk in the sun from the first moment she rose from the grave. So she's got powers that a lot of even older vampires don't have. In exchange for him getting the letter back. Constance was not happy about this, but she went ahead and she prepaid Silas to give him a boost before he went up against Aiden. So it's because of Silas my curse got broken. It's because of Silas that I'm a vampire now. And I miss Silas. I might, at the end of the day, not have trusted him farther than I could throw him. But I would give anything to smell him again and speak to him again. For those who are unaware, because I already had vampire blood in me from birth, even though I was not a Dampire. Dampires have to be half vampire, half human. So I was like maybe 1% vampire. I had the unique ability of being able to smell vampires. While I was mortal, I could they were the only supernatural species I could smell as a mortal. And they always started out as a basic copper and iron scent. Every vampire starts out as a basic copper and iron scent to me. And then as I get to know them and I get to develop feelings for them, whether they're positive, negative, or neutral, their scent changes. And their scent can actually change depending on how my feelings change. Like Constance, most of the time to me, smells like homemade chocolate chip cookies. But if I'm mad at her, she smells like burnt homemade chocolate chip cookies. Aiden, back when he was being charming, and I was actually, let's face it, I was actually in love with him back when he was being charming towards me. He smelled like a brownie covered in rich dark fudge. Then once he started showing his true colors, and he started being evil towards me and tormenting me, his scent changed to, think of somebody cooking liver and onions and Brussels sprouts. Then they put that meal in a blender and blend it together. And then they set that contents from that blender out in the hot sun for a week. That's what Aiden smelled like to me. So once I became a vampire, however, that power that I already had as a mortal mutated, and I call it the super sniffer now. Now I can smell every supernatural creature, but it's only vampires that still get a specific scent depending on my feelings for them. So no, okay, L, no, actually, you gargoyles smell like whatever stone you happen to be made of. Because yes, different stones have different smells, along with lichen and moss. So it's whatever stone you're made of, but also lichen and moss. And here's one of the weird things I found about my power. Okay, if you've ever read the Sherlock Holmes novels, there's this whole thing where he can identify of what part of London you've been in, depending on the color of the mud splatter on your pants or trousers, whatever, so he can, it's like, oh, that's from this section of London. That color is only from this section of London, right? So if you take me out into the mountains, sit me down, give me a few hours just smelling the stones there, then you can take me from that spot, you can bring me a stone from that spot, and I can tell you from the scent of that rock exactly where on that mountain that stone is from. But I have to be familiarized with the scent of that particular area first. So you can't just like pick up a random rock in the Appalachians and expect me to know exactly where in the Appalachians it's from. Yeah. Honestly, Jack should make more use of my nose. I could be his bloodhound if he would give me a chance. What can I say? Truthfully, Jack has the potential to have his own Vampire Avengers team. I'm just saying. Jack has the opportunity. Constance is really good at fighting. Karma's got wilderness survival skills. Vivian has street survival skills. I have the super sniffer. If he would just like sit down, but at this rate, it's going to be Grendel who comes up with the idea. Grendel already, he already has the eye patch. He might as well be our Nick Fury. Yeah. So. I'm surprised that I've been able to talk for an hour and a half by myself. Normally, I have a guest by now. Well, Grendel is a were-lion. So he's going to be the furry Fury. Okay, what question do you have to ask me? I just can't get over the fact that I said... CD, and he can't even fully, he's a were-lion, and he's stuck in his halfway form. He's stuck halfway between human and lion, so yeah, Grendel would be the furry Fury. Oh my god. Oh god. No. Yeah. No, definitely no snakes on no planes, please. I'm still giggling at my own. CD, while you're here, I wish that I had extra money right now. This, by the way, guys, this person personally is out of character. If I had the extra money, I would have you do a chart for my character Constance, just to see what the chart for a 615-year-old vampire would be like. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, back in character. I don't have the extra money to have a chart done for Constance, though, unfortunately. Back in character. Back into my vampire character. As Claire, not Constance. Furry Fury. I can't believe I said that. We're not going to tell Grendel what I said, right? We're all going to keep our lips zipped about the furry fury thing. Because I'm really. Linda, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm a baby vamp, so I'm not going to be siring anybody for a long time. But anyway, I know Karma really has a huge crush on Grendel, and I really want Grendel and Karma to go on a date. It's just time. So I don't want Grendel. I don't want Grendel upset with me, because I want him to date Karma. Bijou! Flat Barracula. Bijou's making bad puns.
Well, so are you.
What we need is Jack in here so he can make dad jokes. Or since Jack's a vampire, they're not dad jokes, they're Vlad jokes. Yay, I got a rose! I got a rose! I got a rose, I got a rose, I got a rose, 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 rose. I really like it when I get roses.
Roar!
Hi! Welcome to the chaotic live stream in which I cuddle a giant teddy bear. Hi, I'm Bicer Cuddlefish. Oh, thank you, zombie! It's a heart! It's a heart! I like hearts. That made me happy. You're saying 16K? Mine says 14.6K. But maybe it just needs to catch up a bit. You know. I wonder. Could Can't you imagine if modern vampire media showed scenes like this? I mean, wouldn't this be a perfect scene for What We Do in the Shadows? You just have a random vampire cuddling a giant teddy bear. Now it says 15K on my end. Yeah, we need more. We need vampire media in which there is one vampire who is not a child vampire but an adult vampire, because turning children into vampires is wrong, in which they just cuddle a giant teddy bear. Don't you all agree? Excuse me. You want? I am a giant teddy bear. I know, I'm 46 years old and I'm a vampire. But there's no age limit on stuffed animals. There's no age limit on acting a little bit childish. You know. A Rasputin-sized bear. Oh my gods. Oh, sweet Mother Hera, what have I unleashed? Actually, I bet if you asked Jack nicely, he would just go ahead, knowing Jack. If you asked Jack nicely, he would just buy you the giant size, Rasputin-sized teddy bear. You know. I bet you anything. You know. Ooh, I see Lord Constantine is online. I wonder if he wants to go live with me. Let's send him an invite. I don't know if the invite's sent or not. I tried. I'll hit it again just in case. But anyway, no, I'm not a Cullen. I'm a Townsend. Ew. No Twilight in here, okay? No, none of that Twilight stuff. Ew. Because Twilight, besides being very poorly written, Edward and Bella's relationship hits all 15 warning signs of domestic abuse. We do not romanticize domestic abuse in this manner, okay? All right. Yeah, there's no age limit on stuffies. No. I haven't taken the last name Townsend yet, because I just barely got my real name back after years of being cursed to not know my real name. So, I kind of want to, use Claire Donovan for a while. Interview with the Vampire. I liked it. I liked it, even though it's not folklore accurate. And if I could have, I would have had a long talk with Anne Rice. You know. Who cursed me. Okay, so it was, here's the thing. There a vampire named Vincent, who was the king of the Toronto court. I haven't heard from him in a long time, so I don't know if he's still king of the court or not, but he sent me a necklace that had a vial of blood, saying it was a tracking device. But Vincent was given that necklace by a blood sorceress named Celeste Murphy, and Celeste was actually my cousin, and she's the one who put the curse on it to steal my real name and make everybody call me Vampire Fangirl. And apparently this was all part of a plot to make me suffer a whole lot. So So, no, okay. In Ireland? No. Well, I have lived in a vampire court in Ireland, because I've lived in vampire courts all over the world since I was 16. I'm actually from California. I was born in California and lived there until I was 16, until my parents were murdered, and my father's half sister, Angel Murphy, tried to off me too. So yeah. Okay, so I got a guest request. I don't know who this person is. Somebody named Divine Palm Top. I think no. I want to invite somebody I know. Hi. Do I hurt people? I only hurt bad people. Yeah, I'm sorry, Divine. I've never seen your name before. And I'm a little nervous about accepting people into the life that I don't personally know. And I apologize for that. I had bad experiences when I've tried to let anybody into a live where somebody okay. So it looks like, yeah. And if you could also block him, Elle, that would be nice, because I was about to block him. So let's see if we can, if I click his name. Block. So, okay. Thank you. What are we up to tonight? It's just chaos with a baby vamp. Chaos with the baby vamp. Chaos with the baby vamp. You know. Yeah. Yeah. We are going to block people who are going to be mean, because the last time I just muted people who were being mean, they ended up mass reporting my live. You know, and then my live got unfairly cut off, and TikTok denied my appeal. So, yes, adorable chaos. I am the chaos. I am the chaos. But I'm the chaos that's actually very easy to control, because I'm extremely ticklish. I'm probably the only vampire in the world that a vampire hunter could take down with a feather duster. The only problem is I enjoy being tickled. I actually like it a lot. Yay, thank you, Elle. Stone Form Legion for the win! Stone Form Legion for the win! I don't want to behave. I want to be cute and chaotic. Yeah. Hey you. Sorry. Oh, I should introduce you all to somebody who's actually kind of sort of behaving herself tonight. I'm knocking stuff over. Everybody, this is Molly the Cursed Werewolf. She is actually a werewolf who's been cursed into the form of a small dog because she was caught by a wizard digging up his begonias. And if you see me kind of disappear off camera, it's because she's chewing her feet, and she should not be doing that. Yes, I love you too. And don't chew your feet. Go back to sleep and stop chewing your feet. I just realized there's something I haven't used in a while over here. I used it when I was mortal. I haven't used it since I became a vampire. Everyone? Meet the shake weight of doom! Back when I was mortal, until vampire hunters realized that I was related to Constance, they would sometimes abduct me to use me as bait to try to get vampires to come rescue me. And I've actually fought off vampire hunters with this. The shake weight of doom. I told you, chaos! 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 I am the chaos. I'm at 17,000 likes. Well, over, because it's 17.3K. How has that worked against vampire hunters? Look, the fact of the matter was, because I was mortal, they didn't want to actually take my life. They just wanted to use me as bait, right? So they didn't fight very hard against me. And all you had to do was hit them in the right spot on the nose with that thing. Or if they were male, hit them in the right spot between the legs with that thing. Takes them down instantly. I'm just going to let you think about that for a moment. You know? Aggressive boops. Yes. Boop, 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 boop with the shake weight of doom. But now everybody, get ready for a cute boop. 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 Boopity boop, boop, boop. And baby boops. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. 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 You go down just like Holy Mary, Mary on the cross. Not just another Bloody Mary, Mary on the cross. Yes, you are getting... Don't forget to block them as well, Elle. Yeah. I don't get people. If you don't like what's going on in life, don't come in. It's that simple. I see a lot of lives I have no interest in. So, yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah. I do want guests, but I want guests of people that I know. Who's online that needs to know I'm live? Let's see. Share the live with him, even though he doesn't say he's on live. Right, that he's on. Lord Constantine said he might try to come, but maybe he's too busy. So, do I practice witchcraft? Well, I am a Hellenistic pagan. I worship the Greek gods and goddesses. and I did learn magic to try to help me defend myself against Aiden, especially after he attacked me and fed on me without my consent. But I'm still learning, and sometimes I make mistakes, like the one time I cast a spell that made deer fly, and not like Santa's reindeer. I actually gave the deer wings, which is why the fridge in the Townsend Manor is full of a whole lot of venison. I'm just saying. My own yeah. Well, I did fight one of the Darklings, the one that took over the body of my cousin Eliza. I don't know why I was about to call her Elizabeth. Yeah, I fought her, and I actually won, but she did bite me on the thumb, and boy, that hurt, and it took a long time to heal. Apparently injuries from Darklings heal a lot slower than normal. So, I'm just saying. I am chaos. I like this. I like this. Ask me more questions, people. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing silly things. Yeah, well, you always fail before you succeed, like they say. I found that with the spell casting, my problem was I was overthinking it, because it's like singing. If you overthink the note, and if you try to be on key, you're more likely to be off key. But if you just let yourself sing and let yourself hear the note and relax, you're more likely to be on key. You can't force it. You want me to sing for you guys? Okay, let me set something up. I have an accompaniment CD. Make sure the volume's nice and loud, because sometimes this is very quiet. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Lonely rivers cry, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Time goes your love to me. Lonely mountains gaze at the stars, waiting for the dawn of the day. All alone I gaze at the stars, waiting for my love far away. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Did you guys like it? Yay, you liked it! Give me a moment. I'm a little bit dehydrated now. Gotta lubricate the throat. Ugh. I wish Nadea was here to hear it, but you know, things are always chaotic in Townsend Manor, and you don't always get what you want. Yeah. Oh well, maybe someday I'll get to sing it to Nadea. Yeah. Hi, Bonnie. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. So, and this has been fun so far, even though I'm the only host, and I still would like some of my friends to join me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Because I've been getting roses and hearts and lots of likes, and the Stoneform Legion has been protecting me from trolls. So, and I'm getting roses right now. Bagged blood burpees. Yeah. Sometimes I drink it a little too fast, and I swallow some air too. What can I say? Okay. Out of character, guys. Go potty. I need to go to the bathroom. So, chat amongst yourselves. Keep a watch and everything. I'll let Vlad host for a bit. I'll be right back. Vlad, don't you dare fall over. Stay. Good bear.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yes, my Gen X is showing. Okay. And now we are back for the chaos. Yes, my bear is so glad I'm back. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Elizabeth Bathory. You mean Elizabeth Bathory? Okay, so I haven't heard anything lately. I do know a lot of people say she's completely innocent. Now, Constance says that she's not. It wasn't 600. It was more like 2 or 3. And it wasn't like bathing in it. It's just like she was nobility, so she thought she could get away with anything. She was the product of long-term inbreeding. Lots of relatives getting married to each other, which is always a bad idea. And she was married off at 15 to a older, very cruel man. And there are rumors that Elizabeth may have had a child a year or 2 before she was married, which means somebody forced himself on a little girl. And you know, even today, women get blamed for that sort of thing, even though they're the victims. Because society wants to blame the victims instead of the victimizer. So all that leads to kind of a mental breakdown, you know, and Constance says she definitely unalived some people. It just wasn't to the extent people say. So yeah, she's not and Constance tells me Lizzie Borden definitely was not innocent either. A lot of people are like, oh, she's a victim of the patriarchy. Nah, Lizzie did it. Lizzie is guilty. And keep in mind, one of Constance's powers is she can read minds. Yeah. So. Okay. So. I don't know about anybody else, but on my end, the live keeps freezing for like a little glitch. Yeah, it's glitching for me too. Like it pauses every little second. You know. So, and if it keeps up for much longer, I might end the live a lot earlier than I planned, simply because it's driving me batty and not in the good way. Yeah. But it's on for 2 hours now. So that's good. I wonder, take it. Why is that showing Ryan's name for some reason? It's glitching worse and worse and worse. How did I become a vampire? Okay, that's very simple. So, I was turned by Jack Townsend. Once my curse was broken and I knew my real name, Jack sired me. That's it. That's how I became a vampire. Yeah, it is glitching badly for me here, and it's glitching worse and worse and worse the longer I go on. So, and what's driving me crazy is it freezes when my face is in the most unattractive pose it could possibly be in, like one eye closed and one eye open. Yeah. My connection is supposed to be strong, but since I'm not the I'm thinking it's the app and not me. Yeah, it's the app. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. This is one of my pendulums. I actually made this one. I made this one myself. Right? There, and this is like, what's in here is some sapphires that I tumbled. They didn't come out shiny, but sapphire is my birthstone. So here's what we're going to do. Right? We're going to close this back up. We're going to ask it. So when I ask my pendulums, I've got 3 pendulums. This is one of 3. It circles yes. It goes like this for no, and maybe is a diagonal. So, pendulum, because the app is glitching so badly, should I end the live? So I'm thinking that this is going to be it because I just can't do the glitching, and the pendulum is saying yes. So everyone, I thank you so much for joining my live. I'm sorry that it did not go as long as planned. I'm sorry I didn't get any guests tonight. Elle, thank you so much for stepping up and blocking the trolls. I appreciate everyone who came. I love you all. And if this glitches one more time, I'm going to scream. Anyway. Bear boop. Boop. Good night, everybody. Now, if I can just get this